I was asked whether benzoic acid is polar or nonpolar. So let's take a look at this. It's a little bit tricky. So benzoic acid, right here, this is the structural formula, and here we have a molecular model. And you'll notice the blacks are the carbons, whites are hydrogens, reds are oxygen. Oxygen is more electronegative than hydrogen and carbon. So we would expect we'd kind of have a polar end up here. This would be a little more negative, and this would be more positive. But because we have this large nonpolar region down here, it's kind of hard. Is it polar or nonpolar? Let's take a look at this in 3 dimensions and look at the surface of the molecule. So here's the benzoic acid molecule, and up here we have our reds, our oxygens, and then we have our carbons and hydrogens. Take a look at the surface of the molecule. So the red is more negative, the blue is more positive. So we have a little bit of red and blue up here, but most of it is kind of this green color. And that green color, that's nonpolar. So this part down here would not dissolve in water, wouldn't be soluble in water. Well, this part would be soluble in water. So we end up with its kind of split for benzoic acid. The polar end up here makes it so it can dissolve a little bit, but this big nonpolar area makes it not really very soluble. Let's take a look at some data to see if that really holds up in the real world. So this is from Wikipedia, and we can see when the water's cold, not that much dissolves, but a fairly low solubility for benzoic acid. Some dissolves, but not a tremendous amount. And it also dissolves in nonpolar substances like acetone, benzene, carbon tetrachloride. So it dissolves fairly well in these nonpolar substances and a little bit in water. So in answer to our question, benzoic acid is polar and it's soluble in water, but not very much. This is Dr. B. Thanks for watching.